Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Navadine, and if you're new here, I've mentioned many times I do perfume videos, I do hauls, and I do vlogs. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm just gonna go. If you're new here, I said that already. I'm just gonna jump straight into this video, and I'm reviewing, you probably already see from the title, some Jeremy Fragrance fragrances. Interesting.
I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time.
If you're a fragrance head, you know exactly who Jeremy Fragrance is. And he's come out with his own line sometime this year, I believe he came out. I think it's 2020 that he came out. If not, it came out last year. I don't really know. I was always intrigued on trying them because he's so opinionated in his fragrance reviews. So if you know someone always comes on and says, buy this, don't buy this, this smells good, this doesn't smell good, this is not worth your money, this is worth your money, you're going to be intrigued on how their own fragrance smells. So here's my box here, and I ordered a bundle deal so I could smell all the fragrances. I saved over 100 euros. So we're going to discuss pricing and everything after we sniff these so that I could give you guys all the details, but you're gonna just jump straight into it. So it came with some packaging like that, and these little samples were bubble wrapped. So I have one full size and I have four 10 ml samples. So as you can see, they came bubble wrapped like this. I said that already, and they look like this. Let me just bring these close to you so you can see that. Yeah, so that's that. All of them look the same. They will just have the different words or titles on them. The back of it doesn't have notes. It has like the ingredients, you know, alcohol and so forth. Except the difference between the men one and the woman one, it looks like this. So you can see the woman one is in gold and the men one is in white. So I could have just obviously smelled just the women one because they had a bundle deal where you could get full size women one and travel size ones. The fragrances for daytime and nighttime, but I wanted to smell what all of them smell like. I mean, just in case he hit the mark on one and then he hit the mark on others, I was still intrigued. I mean, you never know, maybe I might want to buy it for a future bae. So which one should I start off with? The woman one first. Not doing first impressions on the camera, I was able to test out the longevity as well, so that's a plus, right? Okay, I quite like it. The day dries down to me like Dior Poison Girl. That's what it smells like. Would I run out and buy it? No, but it's really nice. It's soft, it's fruity, it gives me a little bit of powderiness. When it dried down on my skin, it stayed pretty linear. It didn't change from what it smells like coming out of the bottle. Yeah, no change, no journey, no experience, no literally nothing. It was just oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the notes and tell you what's in the notes. You can tell a lot about how a fragrance smells by the energy that the fragrance reviewer has while reviewing the fragrance. So I apologize. It says that it has jasmine, sambac, osmanthus, apricot, and benzoin. I would say the apricot stands out a little bit. Obviously that's what's giving it a little bit of that fruity kick to it. Not even kick sounds a little bit too much to describe this because it's very soft. It's flirty and it's playful. A lot of perfumes that we get excited about, the opening either makes or breaks the perfume. A lot of people find it harder to keep a fragrance if the opening of the fragrance isn't good, because waiting around for the fragrance to get good, it kind of kills your journey or your experience of wearing the fragrance, if that makes sense. A lot of us sacrifice a dry down for a fragrance for the opening. Like a lot of times the opening doesn't last long and it lasts, I don't know, 30 minutes. But because we love the opening so much, we'll buy that fragrance and you'll keep re-upping the fragrance after it wears off just to get that opening. But if a fragrance is really boring from the opening, you're not really gonna get someone really running out and buying it because it didn't grab them. And I will enjoy it while I use it, but will I remember to grab it? I don't know. It probably it will probably be just my dumb reach kind of fragrance. Let's smell the Night for women. Right away, that does smell stronger. It projects much more. They both sat very close to my skin when I wore them. However, the Night one did project a bit more, but not for long. And it smells very similar to the Day one, just a bit stronger. And as I mentioned, I believe that was the concept that he was going for. I don't know if I read it or if I'm making that up in my head, but they do smell pretty similar. And as I just wouldn't buy both of them. I will enjoy them while I wear them, but that's about it. We're gonna look up the notes for that. It's not grabbing me. Whew. And imagine, I almost blind bought the big ones like some time ago. And it says, Night for women takes a darker and sweeter turn than its partner fragrance, Day for women, with the emphasis on vanilla, benzoin, and the floralcy of jasmine, omitting osmanthus from the composition as explained by the brand. So yeah, that's basically it. It smells like the first one, just a little bit more stronger, I guess a little bit more sweeter. It's not syrupy sweet, it's not overbearing. I think it's a crowd pleaser. It's sweet. He likes sweet fragrances, so I expected this. It doesn't smell like candy, but it doesn't smell revolutionary. It's nothing special at all. Sorry, but at least they did mention that, look, this nighttime one that we are making is basically the same thing that you're getting, but a little bit stronger. It did say that it's similar to its partner. So a lot of people that go and blind buy fragrances, do your research, because sometimes the brand does tell you like, this is what we're doing or this is what we're changing, and then you guys, because a lot of people go and buy the fragrances, then they get upset when they're like, this smells just like that. It's like, well, they kind of told y'all. So this is the box for the unisex one. So nothing crazy as well about the packaging. Even in the box, he doesn't have like anything on the back. That's what the box looks like. And the fragrance looks like this. This is called Unisex for everybody. I mean, that's Jeremy, I mean, if it's unisex, I would hope it's for everybody, but they chose to put for everybody on the bottle there. Yeah, I quite like the packaging. A lot of people don't. They think it's too minimalistic, but I quite like it. I like minimalistic packages. I like minimalistic packaging as long as it's sleek. I think the black is sleek. I think the long bottle, the little cap. I mean, you have to think of it this way. This is someone sourcing their own brand. They're also going to look for ways to cut the cost. So what did you expect for him to put diamonds and crystals and all that stuff all over the bottle? No, they're trying to make money, not waste it. So yeah. All right, let me just spray the bubble wrap. I was interested in this bundle because I was like, okay, well, if the unisex smells good, I mean, I can wear it, right? Oh, I do like it. Oh, wait, my eye. I do like it, and I'm glad I have the full-size bottle from the bundle, but would I pay $150 for this? No. I would have just tested it out in a sample, but I don't think they have these in samples. They only have the men and women samples, travel size. They don't have this in a small one. But I like this. This smells a little bit like the men's fragrance and the woman's fragrance together and got unisex. So there again, it doesn't smell unique, but I will enjoy it because I have been looking for unisex fragrances, which is why I went out and smelled a lot of Baccarat, which is why I went out and smelled a lot of MFK's fragrances, because they're not gender specific. That's how he makes a lot of his fragrances. So I quite like this. I don't think a man would really enjoy smelling this on a woman, because it just smells like the woman smells a little bit like the man because she was hugging her partner. But for women that don't enjoy super sweet perfumes, or you know, androgynous women, typically not your girly girl sort of way either, they would enjoy this. I would say this is nice. It has some sweetness and it has a bit of masculinity, but neither side is overbearing. and neither side is pulling so that it's leaning and saying, oh, it's more feminine. Some people, when I've watched some reviews, have said that this smells a little bit too sweet for a man and that they wouldn't enjoy this on a man. I don't get that, because Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier, it smells very sweet. That thing is sweet, and a lot of people enjoy that, and a lot of women enjoy smelling that on a man. So this, I don't think I would mind this on a man. This one smells nice, and I can see some people enjoying this. I like this. I like this. I would repurchase this if it was on sale, because it's a nice unisex fragrance that makes me feel, that would probably give me that kind of outgoing feel that I was looking for. If I was feeling daring, it would give me that vibe. This bottle sort of reminds me of Sean John's Unforgivable. Obviously this is like sleek, and Sean John's one was like a fat black bottle. I love the packaging. I love the I love the little writing on it. Sleek. I've said that. I love it. Okay, so with all that being said, I would say if you can't even get your hand on the testers, you ain't missing out. And that sounds bad. I don't like to like bash stuff, but I'm being honest, respectfully honest. Yeah, you're not missing out. It's nothing mind-blowing, groundbreaking. Save your coins, okay? Get something else. A 50 ml for 150. For 50 pounds more, I could get myself Baccarat Rouge. Like, so yeah, I'll pass. Just to make sure, let me make sure. So I touched on packaging, I touched on pricing, I touched on the scents and the longevity. Both the women's fragrances didn't last long on me. They probably lasted about 4 hours, and that wasn't even strong. That was skin scent at 4 hours. So they're nothing crazy. I don't feel like anyone would stop you and ask you, oh my gosh, what are you wearing, if they smelt it on you. For me, I feel like he could have put the notes on the back of the box. I mean, I don't know how much that cost. Like, there was no excitement to this packaging. But I mean, just because he reviews fragrance don't mean that we really know him as a person and his character. Like, even based on how he dresses, look in his videos, a lot of times he's always probably wearing a white shirt or a black shirt and a pair of jeans, like, and a blazer. He keeps it very simple. So this is how he wanted to present his brand. So I'm not gonna knock that. I mean, so we're gonna start off with the Office for Men. So obviously the Office for Men is supposed to be a daytime fragrance, I would presume, and then the Date for Men obviously would be date, your nighttime. So that's what he's done with both of them. For the woman, he's made a day and a night, but for the men, he's called it Office and Date, which is the same concept. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little. So the Office one, it reminded me of Invictus. Who does Invictus? Is it Versace or the Dreamer? When I done my fragrance reviews for the men, I had perfumes that reminded me of this smell, and I think it was either Invictus or the Dreamer. They kind of have that same fresh smell. It's not my favorite, but I can smell it on a man, and I can see how this is everyday. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, I actually would say it's a little sexy. I would say it's a little sexy. It's not my sexiest or my option. I wouldn't run out and go and buy this for a guy, because I think when, as a woman, if I'm buying something for a man, I'm more looking for my date fragrances to gift him with, because obviously that's going to benefit me, and I'm going to find something that really makes me go, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? So yeah, this doesn't do that to me, but it does smell sexy, I will say that. It does smell nice. When I looked up the notes, it says it has ambroxan, bergamot, orris root, woody notes. It has amber in there, jasmine, musk, and patchouli. I do pick up the amber. I pick up a little bit of patchouli. The patchouli is very muted, but I would say everything in this fragrance is blended nicely. Nothing really overpowers anything, and nothing stands out, which would make it pretty appropriate for an office fragrance. But for the price of the big bottles, I really think that there are a lot of men fragrances that are way better than this. and I honestly don't think I would spend the money on I wouldn't spend the money gifting someone this for the price. The price is it is extreme. I paid 150 euros for this set of 4 testers and a 50ml size, and normally I think a 50ml size is 150. That's why I jumped at this deal. Some people still wouldn't, but to test it, I was intrigued and I wanted to do it. And at the end of the day, I can always sell these bad boys on eBay. Now the date for men, we're gonna try this. The date for men is sexier. It is sexier. It is, you definitely get like more ambroxan in this. I'm not sure if ambroxan is listed in the notes in this, but you definitely get that this is sexier. And what stood out to me as well, I knew I smelled just very recently, is a note that I felt I didn't like, but in this fragrance I would say it plays well. It has mandarin orange, bergamot, lemon, cardamom patchouli, vetiver, it has oud, and it has juniper berries. The juniper berries in Gentle Fluidity Silver is very prominent and it really throws me off. Gentle Fluidity Gold smells a little sweeter, and both fragrances aren't really my favorite, but if I had to choose one, it would be the gold one. That juniper berry is very prominent and I can smell it in this, but it plays well in this fragrance. The only thing I would say is that both of the fragrances smell very similar, just that one smells deeper and darker, a little bit more sexier, a little bit more nighttime appropriate. If I was a man, I wouldn't buy both. As a woman, from a man, I wouldn't buy both. I would buy one or the other if I was buying any of them. But the nighttime one is sexier. But I do know that there are some men that probably don't prefer to wear stronger fragrances, so maybe the office one would be more appropriate for them. But this one I would say is sexy. I still think the price tag, Jeremy, it's up there. It's up there. But this is sexy. But the price tag, you ain't Versace, you ain't Dolce, you know, us everyday consumers are more it's not harsh is the word, more a little bit more picky when we're spending money on fragrances. And if we are shelling out some points on fragrances, it would be more for fragrances that are known instead of a fragrance that is a fellow YouTuber or a come up. And that might sound disrespectful, but that's how people are. Sometimes it like takes a while for you to build up credibility. Even though he has built his credibility up in regards to his advice on fragrances, we still don't know you as a perfumer. We know you as a fragrance reviewer. Does that make sense? So I don't think that a lot of people would shell out the money on this fragrance. From some of the reviews that I have seen, it's just like it's not blowing anyone out of the water, and I agree. I say the same as well. I'm sure like they would use it if they have it in their collection, but I don't feel like it's something that anyone would run out and repurchase. So with that being said, 6 to 8 hours it did last on my skin. I don't know how obviously it would put on men's skin, and it projected. Like if I waved my hand and stuff, I would definitely get a whiff of that date for men. So that was it. Hopefully it gave you a little bit of insight if you were curious, and even if you didn't know who Jeremy Fragrance was, I just gave you a little bit of my 2 cents. So I have 2 videos coming up for you consecutively, and that's going to be fragrance ideas or gift ideas, how to choose them, what women are looking for when you're buying them gifts, particularly in fragrances. Well, what I look for and what I think a lot of people look for, I will mention based on people's different personalities, and just give you a few of my recommendations, and also point you to my video that I have that tells you how you can get fragrances for cheap as well. So you need to watch that because Christmas is coming up. And for those who are buying gifts, because we've had a rough 2020, and I mean, I'd like a gift. I've been through a lot too. The next video that I'm gonna have is bougie on a budget. So tying into getting gifts for cheap, just a lot of things that I've been doing to get things for cheaper. So that's gonna be including clothes, that's gonna be including jewelry, that's gonna be including everything. Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, because don't think that everything that you see someone have, they paid the price that you know it to be for that item. It ain't always like that. a lot of us out here ain't got the money like that. So I'ma share a little bit of my tips that I've been using to get things that I want for cheap. Okay, I hope you liked this video, and I hope I see you in my other videos that are coming up, and I'm trying to get back on this schedule. Just know that I did mention that if you don't see a video twice a week, that I did mention that it might slow down to once a week, because over the rest of this year that things might get a little bit busy for me. But I will just make sure that at least I'm putting up a video once a week for you guys. Yeah, anyways, don't forget, if you liked this video, to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.